Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Rando Geek. We have an update regarding AT&T. The link for this article will be provided down for you in the description, and it is coming from Fierce Network. So we're talking about AT&T finally getting their hands on some spectrum from UsCellular. UsCellular, as we know, has been auctioning off their spectrum mostly to T-Mobile. They're pretty much partners at this point, where T-Mobile is basically going to be working side by side with UsCellular in return of getting more customers to UsCellular. UsCellular is going to be allowing T-Mobile to use their spectrum to build up their network and ultimately get more customers for them as well. So this is going to be a deal between the two, and it's going to be a very big one for T-Mobile. I think they're finally going to be able to have a presence in those areas that they're not so strong. You know, the areas where people complain about T-Mobile not being the most reliable. Hopefully a lot of that is going to change. And also, they're also going to be able to strengthen their home internet service, which is the big thing here, right? Getting their home internet service out to more customers is a big thing for them. There's a lot of sales potential there. So that's a lot of what this spectrum is going to be used for. But with that being said, UsCellular has auctioned off some spectrum to Verizon. They took a great amount of that. And now AT&T is finally getting in the mix as well. And it looks like they're going to be mostly using it to provide better coverage on their existing 5G footprint. So good to hear in a way, for me especially, because I like hearing that AT&T is still putting into the network, still continuing to build out, even though it's on a much slower pace than the other two carriers, AT&T, T-Mobile and Verizon. But nonetheless, good to see that there'll be an increase of 5G power and connectivity for those customers that have great UsCellular signal. If you're in those areas, maybe AT&T was so bad that you couldn't even use it. Now, that's going to change, right? Now you'll have AT&T's network, with the help of UsCellular spectrum, making it stronger and more reliable and finally available to you if it wasn't. All right, so here's the update and here's what's going on. So the agreement to sell AT&T 1.018 billion of spectrum, of course, looks like this agreement will include 1250 meters, megahertz pops of 3.45 gigahertz, and 331 meters, megahertz pops of 700 megahertz BC block licenses to AT&T, or AKA Mobile. This spectrum will likely enable AT&T to layer in better coverage on its existing 5G footprint. The sale, once approved by regulators, will add additional spectrum to AT&T's existing bandwidth to improve overall coverage. The 7 megahertz band valuable for distance coverage. The 3.45 gigahertz band adds capacity, and of course that will make it useful for a variety of applications. They're saying that this transaction isn't a surprise according to New Street Research in a note. It follows closely on the heels of the sale of UsCellular's licenses to Verizon, roughly almost around the same, $1 billion. And before Verizon, of course, we talked about T-Mobile. Their deal was for $4.4 billion. And they're the ones that are going to benefit the most. They're saying that the AT&T deal still leaves $1.8 billion of spectrum at UsCellular, primarily in C-band, valued at $1.5 billion at the 2021 auction price. They're saying with all the three big carriers having bought portions of the spectrum, the remainder is likely to be scooped up by financial buyers. They're saying that that's been a pattern in previous years with Columbia Capital, Ballpost, and well-known wireless investors, including, was it Frisch, if I'm saying that correctly, Grain, Manier, Moise, and Maunger. So, yeah, a lot of stuff there. They're saying that UsCellular will get the last of nuggets of the value out of that deal. So, interesting enough. So, the big thing here, like I said, link for this article down below. Most of it was read out, but there's still some sections that I skipped over because I didn't find it that important. But this is the big thing here is that, of course, we knew AT&T would most likely get their hands on this because once Verizon did it, we knew what was going on. UsCellular wanted to split it up, and basically it was up for grabs. Who else would need it? We knew Dish wasn't going to take it. Dish has too many problems right now. They couldn't do it. They could have benefited greatly from it, but there's no financial capital for them. They just don't have that kind of money right now. And, so that wasn't happening. We knew that. So this will help AT&T improve, like I said, their 5G network. That'll be great news. Good to see that they're still contributing to the network, even if it's, piece by piece, better slow and steady than not at all, is what I say. So that's pretty much all I can say on this. Let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts on this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.